Good morning and Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to start here Science and Technology Part 1. In the first chapter here, Law of Motion. First chapter here, Laws of Motion. In this chapter we are learning about motion, distance and displacement, acceleration and Newton's laws of motion and related equation. So first of all we are learning the first point is motion of an object. Motion of an object. Students, listen carefully now. Motion of an object. When an object is changing its position with respect to the observer, is said to be in motion. Right? When an object is changing its position with respect to the observer, it is said to be in motion. So we know that visible motion or movements, flights of birds, motion of vehicles, motion of fans, etc. But invisible motion, that is flow of blood in veins, flow of food in intestine, etc. It's clear? It's clear the concept, motion of an object. So we can write here, if the position of an object, motion of an object definition, if or when an object changing its position with respect to the observer, with respect to its observer or surrounding. It's clear? Next one here, next point, displacement and distance. Displacement. Displacement means here, suppose there are your home here, okay, and there are school here, it is your home and it is your school. When every two move from home to school, so we can say that it is displacement. Or from school to friend home. From school to you can go friend home. It is also known as displacement. So how can we define that displacement? When any object move from one place to another place, or when any person move from one place to another place, are called displacement. It's clear? Are called displacement. So we can write here, when any object displacement, when any object move or changes place move from one place to another, one place to another place. Displacement is denoted by a symbol letter S. It's clear? Now start here distance. Next point here, distance. 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 What do you mean by distance? Distance means here the length of actual path traveled by an object in motion while going from one point to another point. Distance is the length of the actual path traveled by an object in motion while going from one point to another point are called distance. It's clear? Suppose here are first point, that is A, and here B. When object is traveled from one point to another point, A to B, object is traveled from A point to B point. The actual length are called distance. It's clear? The define is here. The distance is the length of actual path traveled by an object in motion while going from one place to another place are called distance. It's clear? Next one point is here, speed and velocity. Speed and velocity. Speed and velocity. Speed and velocity. What is the difference between speed and velocity, and what do you mean by speed and what do you mean by velocity? So listen here carefully now. Speed means here the distance covered by a body in unit time is called as speed. The distance covered by a body, the distance covered by a body in unit time are called speed. आप बोलते ना बाइक पे अगर तुम लोग जा रहे हैं बाजार में तो 2 मिनट के जाके आ गया, मतलब क्या स्पीड इतनी हमारा बाइक से कि 2 मिनट में रिटर्न आ गया, मतलब यूनिट टाइम में डिस्टेंस कवर किया, दैट इज कॉल्ड स्पीड. इट्स क्लियर? एंड द यूनिट ऑफ द स्पीड इज सेंटीमीटर पर सेकेंड और मीटर पर सेकेंड. ऐसा यूनिट इज मीटर पर सेकेंड एंड CGS unit is centimeter per second. So we can write here formula speed. Speed is equal to total distance covered with respect to unit time. It's clear? Now velocity. What do you mean by velocity? The distance traveled by a body in a given direction in unit time is called as velocity. The distance traveled by a body in a given direction in unit time. Velocity. The distance traveled by a body by a body in a given direction. Given direction in unit time. In unit time is called velocity. Velocity is a vector quantity, and we can write here formula: velocity equals to total displacement upon total time taken. Okay, velocity is equals to total displacement upon total time taken. So it's clear about the difference between speed and velocity. So students, are you not understood or any doubts, you ask me in my personal number. Okay, and I'm giving here homeworks. You make a differentiating or distinguishing of the distance and displacement and speed and velocity. Okay, I'll stop here.